Big belly. You're in good shape. That's the problem. Yeah.
So Eddie Hearn, we're out here in Chicago. You have the first event at the Wintrust Center, October 6th. So why Chicago?
We want to bring fights and events to cities that have kind of been starved of big time boxing, that are fight cities that appreciate the sport of boxing, but don't really get free. I mean, the great thing about coming here is already just here today I've had a dozen people saying thank you for bringing boxing back to Chicago, and that puts a smile on your face, because when you go to New York or you go to LA, it's just another show, unless you're doing a super show. So it's good to be here, and what we're really trying to do is to give value for money, stack cards from the top to the bottom. So not just one main fight and then a bit of the undercard. A lot of entertainment. You've got 2 World Championship fights on this card. You've got a big heavyweight fight. You've got Mexico against Puerto Rico in the main event. You've got all our amateurs debuting. You've got Jesse McCaskill, Sean Simpson. So you know that when you pay your money, you're going to get value for money, and that's important to us.
What is it about Matchroom Boxing? You guys seem to always find the things that your opponents are missing. Chicago, a huge boxing town. They used to sell it out 30,000, 40,000 tickets. The internet deal with DAZN.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What is it about Matchroom?
I just think I think we just, the key for us is there's enough depression in life, right? So we just want to put a smile on people's faces, and we can do that by having a great time and producing great sport, because sport is eternal. Sport has no race or colour. Sport has no feminism, masculinity. Great sport is great sport. But if you can spin that into entertainment, into a night out, where actually people can come to this show, dress up, listen to some music, watch great boxing, have a drink, and leave and go, do you know what, that was a great night. That's, I think, what we're doing. And when you can provide that kind of in-event experience, it comes across on TV as well. Like when you watch our UK shows and there's 90,000 people in the audience singing and dancing, like people, wow, this is incredible. But you don't really get that in America. But people say, oh, what does Eddie Hearn know about the American market? We're just people. Like, it doesn't matter that you're American and I'm from England. We still love to have a great time. We love boxing. We love music. We love entertainment. We love a good night out. So that's what you've got to produce. But we've got a long way to go. But part of the factor is to produce excitement from the start of the night. Great fights, and then when we move into the championship fights, bang, wow, great fight, whoa, another one, whoa. So that when you leave, you go, that was incredible. When are you coming back to Chicago? That's the main thing I want people to say after the show. When are you coming back to Chicago? That's when you know you've been successful. So we hope, you talk about these great crowds of years gone by, and we'll see. We'll see. We have a really good, diverse card of Americans, local fighters, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Polish, Russian. So we've captured everybody in Chicago. Now we have to promote properly to make sure they turn up and have a good time.
All you need is one Irishman and it'll be
that's right. Yeah.
Has your experience with the dart games crossed over into boxing and helped?
It's the same concept, which is fun. A great night out with great sport. That's the same concept, and it's so basic. Like, people say, "Oh, what is it you do?" We have a good time. We know how to play the right music at the right times. We know how to put on the events. It's about the build-up as well. So what you do is, when you leave this press conference, you don't just go away for 8 weeks and show up on fight week. A lot of promoters leave today and go, job done, see you on fight week. No, you have to work every day to push this show. You have to have people on the ground in Chicago. You have to get people into the Polish communities, the Puerto Rican communities, the Belize communities, according to Gerald Miller as well. So, but ultimately, you got to work. You got to sell it. People aren't just gonna, unless it's like, I don't know, Joshua Wilder or Canelo Golovkin, you still have to be sold something, So why should I come to the event in Chicago? Quite simple. You have some great Chicago local talent on. We have 3 of our top US amateurs debuting. You have a World Championship fight between Danny Roman and Gavin McDonald. You have another World Championship light heavyweight fight between Beterbiev and Callum Johnson. You have a big heavyweight fight between Gerald Miller and a Polish legend in Andowicz. and you have Mexico, Puerto Rico. So you're getting unbelievable value for your money, and that's important today because you've got to leave a customer happy. That is the most important thing to us.